Right, so we should be live now. We have sound. We check on YouTube. Should be should have our audio. Yes, we have our audio. Let me see if we are live streaming on YouTube. Is ready. Live stream on YouTube is ready. Let me see. Check everything. Check on Rumble. Rumble is ready as well. We are live through Rumble. And finally, let's check through X. X is live as well. All right. So, hello, welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And this is going to be a totally unscripted and free easygoing live, just to be talking about today's news. A couple news. I wanted to make a video about Eric Adams, and now we have this meeting between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelenskyy, and a couple of things that I wanted to talk about this. I'm going to greet whoever is arriving right now while I get everything ready. Again, this was totally unscripted. Completely unscripted. I just make sure that everything is ready before we begin. But you might as well get comfortable in the chat. And oh my God, from India, Illinois, all over the world, right here. Let me get this ready. There's one clip I wanted. It's an additional clip that I wanted here. Let me arrange my screen, and there's one clip that I wanted to see from my analysis. My Kamala interview analysis was very well received yesterday, by the way. There's this one clip of Trump and Zelenskyy that I'm missing. When this one, when he's speaking, I want to make sure, and this is absolutely unscripted and on the fly, and I have a ton of topics that I have in the backlog. Maybe today is the day to do a long live. I don't know. I was thinking back then on my X account, what if I do a 3-hour live, something that is normal, not that bad, a 3-hour live. Okay, I think this was okay. Let me see. We should be selecting all this. A 3-hour live, you just just talk about my whatever pops up on my X timeline. That could be an option. Because why not? So that happens to be that I began to take too much time to do this analysis. I have to make this analysis quicker, and live stream is the quickest way to do it. Let me create the subtitles for this. Generate the subtitles. Again, this is all on the fly. I had the clips of Trump and Zelenskyy on my X account, but I hadn't transferred them to my video editing software. Yes, many people in the United States and in the world want that war to end. Let's see why it's taking so long to generate the subtitles. And I want to take a closer look at that. And again, many other topics. That could be an approach. 3 hours or 2 hours or maybe 1 hour and a half. I really don't know. And I don't know if I would be able to do it daily, 3 hours, but okay. Still keeping an eye on your comments still. So anything that happens, I will be able to highlight them. Let me see if I can switch from here. All right. We have captions, but we need this special. Where are you? The inspector. What was that? Right. My yellow captions are easier on the eyes, easier to spot. And we can watch this. So let's watch these clips. Let's see what we got here. I have absolutely no idea. I have seen the clips with not much. Haven't really seen the clips. Let me see if I can adjust this one so we can see it better. Yeah, so it'll be better this way. Many people were talking about the actual height of Zelenskyy versus Trump. This is the first thing that we're going to notice in here. Let me see. You have the sound. There's some kind of sound. I think we don't need this huge blank audio. Okay, we can begin. So this is where we're entering this hall, and we got unusual stride. You know that Zelenskyy is very consistent in the way that he dresses.
We have a very good relationship, and I also have a very good relationship, as you know, with President Putin. And
okay, let me see all that. Let's take a look at first a bird's eye view first. You have sound. I'm going to pump up the volume just in case.
I think if we win, I think we're going to get it resolved very quickly. I really think.
Well, I already saw that. Let me. I'm going to add my markers here. Again, this is the way I do my analysis. For example, Donald Trump has just mentioned Putin, and let me see where are my tools here. My trusty yellow marker, staple of my analysis is my trusty yellow marker that I'm going to add just for the sake of following my own system. And here, let's see, it's just a gesture it's a pacifying gesture. Okay, at least it's not on his nose, which is comforting. And we already have a yellow square here.
Relationship, as you know, with President Putin, and I think.
Did he say we have a good relationship with Putin, or I have?
We have a very good relationship.
I love this. He says we have a very good relationship,
and I also have a very good relationship.
Okay, we like he means Trump means Zelenskyy and himself. I'm going to let's do something. I'm trying to think on the fly here. I'm going to be doing journal observations about this. I'm going to do the annotations, and at the end of this section, I will do like a journal analysis from beginning to end, so I can share it later, so you can watch the live. And then, if you want to watch only the summary, I will publish the summary as an independent, as a standalone video. So, it was a gesture right here. We have a it's a bit dismissive, that gesture, that Trump gesture. Activate my, this one. We have a very
good relationship.
Okay, bit dismissive. I mean, Donald Trump is not that, doesn't have that many gestures anyway, but it looked dismissive to me.
I also have a very good relationship, as you know, with President Putin, and I think if we win, I think we're going to get it resolved very quickly. I really think we're going to get it resolved.
I hope we have more good relations.
We're going to have. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, here it was. He kind of interrupted.
I hope we have more good relations.
We're going to have. Oh, I see. Yeah. But
it's like we both have better relations than Trump and Putin. I don't know, but I think he thought that he was saying something funny. He was trying to be funny or something, or was trying to. I'm just thinking out loud. Don't take all my words right now at face value. It's a grain of salt. I'm just looking at it for the first time.
You know, it takes two to tango, you know, and
Okay, that it's important to adjust that to the tango. It takes two to tango. That is, in this case, it takes three to tango.
you know, and we will, we're going to have a good meeting today. And I think the fact that we're even together today is a very good sign, and hopefully we'll have a good victory because.
But you see, Trump that is quite relaxed. It's like you see that Trump is his regular, usual stance, but it's not that different from many other times that we have seen Donald Trump. But I see Zelenskyy quite. I see him, Zelenskyy, a bit tense. I mean, you see that his elbows are sticking out a bit. Just sticking out a bit. I'm gonna mark that. That is important as well. I don't know if he wants to look bigger. Perhaps that's a possibility. It would help if he wore a suit, but well, that's his style. And again, he's really consistent. He must have like 50 sweaters and pants like that, and just rewear them over and over again.
The other side wins. I don't think you're going to have victories with anything, to be honest with you. So we're going
I want to go back to that.
hopefully we'll have a good victory because the other side wins. I don't think you're going to have victories with anything, to be honest with you. So we're going to sit down, just discuss it, and if we have a win, I think long before January 20th, before I would take the presidency.
I see some changes in Zelenskyy's body language, especially his expression. When Trump says that they are going to meet today, he has a rather confident expression. Let me see. Let me bring this to his face. Is neutral to confident, I think. Just but when he begins to when Trump begins to say that the moment that he wins the election, that even before January 20th, he could get the war sorted out.
The other side wins. I don't think you're going to have victories with anything, to be honest with you. So we're going to sit down, just discuss it, and if we have a win, I think long before January 20th, before I would take the presidency. It's January 20th.
Why does his body language change like that? I mean, he should be glad. He should be glad of the possibility that if Trump wins, well, the war is over, right? He doesn't look more that happy. But you are saying it for yourself. I'm not making this up. You're seeing his facial expression change in a minute. Maybe it's some kind of emotional reaction. Could be. We could take that into account as well. Again, this is a first pass that I'm doing to this video. I usually don't do analysis on the fly, but I think that's how I'm going to roll.
Long before that, I think that we can work out something that's good for both sides. It's time. And by the way, the president knows that too. He wants to get something done. He doesn't want to do this. And so we look forward.
Okay, so he looks like excited to let's do this. Yeah, let's. I don't understand. Even if this was a proxy war, why wouldn't he be happy of ending this stuff? He should be. He should be excited. He should be nodding when Trump says those things. But I don't see that reinforcement. I see more nodding when, let me mute here a bit. I see more nodding when Trump was talking about there's nodding in there, nodding. And Trump was talking about the meeting, but when Trump begins to talk about the end of the war, it's like Zelenskyy's expression changes. It's a bit strange. Okay, this is another angle. This is something that I don't understand. I see these two men, okay, and the height is like half a head, right? Okay, what I don't understand is that when we saw them a bit later, it's like it's no, it's half a head as well. You can see half Trump's head is what Zelenskyy needs. Yeah, it's legit. See, did he shrunk? Something I wanted to understand. Let's see this angle. Okay, they were walking, and that's when wherever they were saying that's what we started. So I have these clips all over the place, but okay, we already saw all this. Okay, now we have a clip of him talking, Zelenskyy talking. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Something that we didn't have.
This amount, like probably nobody else, almost nobody else in history, if you really get
I don't know if you can hear that, the bump of the body.
right down to it. And we're going to have a discussion and see what we can come up with. But great honor to have you with us. Thank you very much.
The classic Trump handshake. He usually offers. He makes sure this is a classic Trump handshake. Offers the hand palm up. Let me bring my trusty. I need my trusty yellow marker for this. He offers the hand palm up in a non-power gesture, but goodwill gesture, and at the same time, he makes sure to keep eye contact. In fact, this is something that is this is a way to be proactive. I always suggest that if you're gonna, you know that you're gonna shake someone's hand, always offer the hand first, depending on the circumstances, of course, depending if of cultures as well. But if you know that you're in a Western culture and you're going to shake their hands and at some point offer the hand first, and offering this way is perhaps the best way. Palm a bit up and straight into the eyes. That is going to cause this. This is what you want. That since you are establishing eye contact and you have already offered your hand, and the other person has to lower their gaze, have to look down to see where your hand is and then shake your hand. Okay, that is a bit of a power play. You're being proactive. Okay, you are putting your hand forward first, but that makes the other person go or look down. Do this gesture. This happens all the time, of course, because the other person has to see your hand to be able to shake it. So it's a bit of a power play, and Trump does it since forever. But at this point, thank you for keeping the comments respectful. We are open to any comments, any stances, any opinions, as long as they are respectful. And
Very much.
Thanks so much.
Solid handshake, a couple shakes. It's nice. Let's mark this.
Mr. Brendan, thanks so much.
And Zelenskyy starts to talk. Let's see what are Zelensky's words. The captions could be a bit off because the sound quality is not that good. We'll have to do with it.
Thanks so much, Mr. Brendan. Thanks so much for this meeting. 5 years passed.
Yeah.
So we had meeting again here in New York in September, and now there are a lot of challenges in Ukraine, United States, and of course I want to discuss with you. I think where we are together, I think we have common view that the war in Ukraine has to be stopped and Putin can't win, and Ukrainians have to prevail, and I want to discuss with you the details of our plan of victory.
My honor.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Trump says that it's his honor to discuss these plans, and well, Zelenskyy put his hand to his chest. It's a classic gesture of heartfelt respect. Yeah, this is diplomacy. Oh, they're just making things up. Who knows what they're gonna talk about? We could never know, but I know that this is gonna be that nobody wants this. Nobody wants this proxy war.
Much.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a question?
Let's see a bit of pressure in Zelensky's hand. It's a bit the kind of things that you spot. I'm going to try to. Let me see. How can I some space here so I can turn the captions off and you see this. I'm gonna go frame by frame. It's kind of things that you have to spot. It's important that when you're looking at a person, you look at them like all of them at the same time. Something that you get used to. Like you don't have to look at their hands or look at their body. You can see looking at their faces, but you're looking at all of them at the same time, so you can see especially what happens with their hands, because it would be a bit uncomfortable if you're looking to their faces and you begin to look at their hands directly. Something that you get with practice is you learn to see things with the corner of your eye, and this is what I got. Let me mute the clip. This is what I got. He presses his hand right there. It does have a subtle hand pressure. All right, so something that is completely unnecessary. And what does it mean? I wouldn't say that it means something particular, but I usually just take into account those things. I always let me give you, if you haven't watched my videos, if you're new, and since these topics are new for me, most probably you are new to my channel as well. Something that I always tell everyone about body language is that body language is like counting cards in blackjack. It's exactly the same. I should make a video about that because the principle is exactly the same. Zelenskyy presses his hand when this is ending, or this part of the meeting is ending. It says unmute.
Much.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a question?
He presses his hand. It's a bit of nervousness, I would say. It could be an emotional reaction, but it's something. It's not that like pressing your hand in a subtle fist has a direct meaning, but it's something. Something moved. Why? We still don't know, but sometimes you can display some gestures. Sometimes you don't display those gestures. That gives you an idea of what's going on with the person. It doesn't matter, but you have to take into account everything. So you say, okay, he could be not that comfortable with Donald Trump. Some of you were saying, let's do a quick exercise right now. Let's see. Again, this is a completely open live stream. I'm going to look right now for a clip. Of Zelenskyy with Joe Biden, just to make some kind of comparison. We can let's see if we have any. So many AI stuff here. Well, we have the clip. That I need to remind you of this. A close-up of Zelenskyy reacted to when Biden called him President Putin. Let's go for a minute down memory lane. This is too good to pass. Remember this, right? Let's listen to this.
What you're seeing there is a different angle, and you are seeing President Zelensky's reaction to the moment that President Biden mistakenly called him President Putin. And so you're seeing Zelensky's reaction there.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna define that kind of. I have a name for that kind of a smile. You know the name of that kind of smile. Let me see. But what I want is a clip of this was the actual event. Let me see. I'm gonna download this one. Let's give it them. If not, we move on. No problem. Okay, I have a video here of Zelenskyy with Biden. It could be useful. They are sitting. It's not the same, but okay, there's another one. Let's see how he feels with each one of them. Okay, this was the clip. It was a funny clip of Biden telling the guy who was President Putin.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelenskyy. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway.
Yeah. Go take your nap, Joe. Go take your nap. We understand. It's a tough job. You need your second nap. Naps are good for your brain. That is important. So we have this. Let me hit this. We have this. I was looking at this clip right now. I still see Zelenskyy a bit nervous in many ways, and well, Biden is not much happy of having him there. I don't know how long it was. I think it was like 1 year ago. I think it was 1 year ago in July. So that even the situation is not the same, of course. Zelenskyy was a bit nervous. Let me see what other thing we can see here. You know, the kind of stuff. I have another clip in here in which at least we can compare them walking. But you know that Biden had his very particular stride. See? I don't see much difference with Trump, honestly, for at least in these two clips. If you have a keen eye, you will notice that he does the same hand pressing. He closes the hands in a fist. Here it comes. Yeah. You see it? Begin to notice that it's something that he does when maybe he's anxious or nervous. He did with both hands. Kind of things that you begin to notice. This is like poker at the same time. If you have played poker, you know that there are tells that can reveal the emotional state of anybody. And that is usually interesting and very useful. Let me see. I have this. We have already seen this.
And I think if we win, I think we're going to get it resolved very quickly.
Okay, we already saw this. Let's go. Let's jump to this part here.
Another meeting in the near future between you.
Could very well happen, but I think the president said it the best. This is a war that should have never happened. It should have never happened, and it wouldn't have happened. It's a shame, but this is a war that should have never happened, and we'll get it solved. It's a complicated puzzle, very complicated puzzle. But we'll get it solved, and people get on with their lives. Too many people dead. Too many beautiful cities. I've seen those cities. They're so beautiful, and they, you know, I don't know how you can ever rebuild them the way they were. It's not possible.
You have to come, by the way, to see us.
Well, I will. It's a beautiful country, beautiful weather, beautiful everything, but we have to get this over with. Yeah. But it's a war, and the president agrees. This is a war that should have never happened. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
I've seen Zelensky's body language with Biden a couple times and other presidents of the world, and I don't see much difference here. Like the guy usually just standing there. The guy's usually just standing there. Let me see without sound. I may focus on his. He talks about the cities. Trump talks about the cities, and he interrupts him. He says that you should come, and it's like telling some kind of joke, but the smile looks more bitter than anything else. Again, it could be a number of reasons. I don't want to just label his smile as something, and you will think that I'm just labeling it just because. Where's my tiny yellow marker just to mark this part. There's a bit of a bitter that we can have that kind of expressions for a number of things. We could have maybe he's reminiscing. He's talking about he's thinking about so many cities destroyed in Ukraine, beautiful cities that have to be rebuilt. And yes, I understand that in your comments, so many of you are saying that, well, you don't trust Zelenskyy that much. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I couldn't say that I know, but it's my opinion that this is a proxy war. And what does Zelenskyy get from this? Well, I'm still keeping an eye on your comments. What does he have to gain from this? If he has to gain anything, and why did this war start in the first place? This is another interesting expression. I'm going to do a complete summary of all of this by the end of this section of the live stream. How many times? We're fine. Okay, there's the usual. There's a very classic, very usual lip pressing right there. He's swallowing. Mark that swallowing as well. You are watching exactly the way I do this kind of analysis. In fact, sometimes I prefer to do the analysis. My right approach of doing an analysis is to just hear the audio first. Just the audio. And usually I'm driving and I have to do this analysis, and for example, Kamala's interview, I first listened to the interview without watching it, just listening. I can tell you a lot of what's going on, the voice and the words that they use, and that way I can focus on what topics are they avoiding and which words are they using to avoid certain topics or non-answers. That is really useful. I don't usually start with video, because video is so stimulating that can take you away from the text, what people say. Say that I have this in a different clip. Let me see. I'll mute this.
Strongest of our soldiers, our people. Of course, it will bring us closer to the peace. We need just peace. We need just peace. It's so important to have just peace for the people, especially for the families who lost their children. It's a big tragedy.
President Trump, have you changed your thoughts on how this war should end, what you think should be done, or do you still stand by some of the previous statements?
Well, I learned a lot, but I think I haven't changed from the standpoint that we both want to see this end, and we both want to see a fair deal made, and it's got to be fair, and I think that'll happen.
And notice that when he says that it's going to be fair, a fair deal, Zelenskyy looks downwards. Let me see. I haven't seen him look downwards. Usually go for the most relevant clues first. Okay. That he hasn't looked downwards. In fact, he's speaking and he speaks really confident way. Looking straight, he doesn't look sideways or anything. But when Trump says
it's got to be fair, and I think
it's going to be a fair
happen.
deal, he looks down. Okay, that is worth noticing. That is worth
right time. I think it's going to happen. The president wants it to end, and he wants it to end as quickly as possible. He wants a fair transaction to take place, and I think.
My question is: Trump says, listen to his words, and look. You can look at the caption.
The president wants it to end, and he wants it to end as quickly as possible. He wants a fair transaction to take place.
There is no nodding whatsoever. Zelenskyy doesn't move his head. I don't know how do I mark this. I should mark this this way. Let me see. He doesn't move his head. He doesn't nod. I mean, I would be, yeah, that's what I want. I want to end this. I want a fair deal, but there's no feedback from him. That is
the president wants it to end, and he wants it to end as quickly as possible. He wants a fair transaction to take place, and I think, right now I'm campaigning, so right now I don't have much to do with it other than we're doing very well in terms of the campaign, and I've been saying that I believe if I win, we're going to have a very fair and I think actually rather rapid deal. It should stop, and the president wants it to stop. And
there was a very subtle nodding in there.
And the president wants it to stop.
Very subtle, extremely subtle feedback, positive feedback. When Trump said that, but still, he was just like frozen.
And I'm sure President Putin wants it to stop. And that's a good combination. So we want to have a fair deal for everybody.
What do you envision as fair?
Well, it's too early to say that. I mean, I have my own ideas, and I'm sure the president definitely has his own ideas, but it has to be fair.
I think that Trump has a great way of conveying a plan. How to say this? Maybe he wants to be confident. He wants to be reassuring about what his intentions are when he eventually, if he wins the elections, and before he takes office, he will do something about it already. And he already has said a couple of things about this, how it's going to be the process, but he looks really pragmatic about it. It looks that he knows that the American public, the vast American public, wants this war to end, because it has been how much so far, like more than 100 billion. I know that it's going to be more than 100 billion. And yes, Zelenskyy asked for the meeting. He wanted this meeting to take place. There's so many things happening. I think that all these actors, it's like Mark Zuckerberg that suddenly said that he was going all libertarian, and he was going to, I'm going to be more moderate. I made mistakes. It's strange that people are taking how this presidential race is so close. They're taking that seriously. There's so many signals out there. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting month that we have ahead. A very interesting month.
This war shouldn't be started, and I think that the problem that Putin killed so many people, and of course we need to do everything to pressure him to stop this war, and he's on our territory.
Okay, a couple of things. I think he was speaking way more confident at first.
Soldiers, our people, of course, it will.
Okay, notice how Zelensky speaks in this part of. It's like what 2 minutes before.
Soldiers, our people, of course, it will bring us closer to the peace. We need just peace. We need just peace. It's so important to have just peace for the people, especially for the families who lost their children.
He sounds quite confident. I mean, he's struggling a bit with language, but when he begins to talk about Putin, he loses his cool.
This war shouldn't be started. And
you're gonna zoom in so you can.
This war shouldn't be started, and I think that the problem that Putin killed so many people, and of course we need to do everything to pressure him to stop this war, and he's on our territory. That is the most important to understand. He's on our territory, and how to stop the war.
Yeah, there's stuttering. There are filler words, more filler words, and you see much more, let's say, intense displays of emotion. It's total difference. It's like the only by talking about Putin like makes him get nervous. That is not a good look. If you are talking about the enemy, your opponent, you should be reassuring. You should be, how you should be speaking. Maybe not this way. It's not the best way. I'm not gonna judge the guy because, well, I'm not in his shoes. But again, I have to say things like they are. I have to call the shots. That is not the best way to speak about, well, the guy that you have a war with. It's not good for the morale of your troops.
That he's on our territory, and how to stop the war, to pressure him as we can, we have to do.
There's a little frustration in there. Let me see. He presses.
Pressure him as we can.
This is what I was looking for. This is there's subtle displays, a subtle display of anger in there. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Okay, that's way more common sense to react that way when you're talking about, but not on the stuttering and all the stuff. Imagine if Kamala was there cackling and writing checks. That is. Oh yes, I can imagine. Let me highlight your comment. Yes, I can just imagine. It's easy to imagine, in fact.
As we can, we have to do it.
And do you think the U.S. is the best?
The U.S. is the leader. U.S. is the leader of support. U.S. is the leader in the world, and of course we value the support of the United States. We're thankful to the United States.
Subtle race of the. You're uncomfortable. Has this single shoulder shrug right there. You see. I'm gonna mark it as well.
The support of the United States. We're thankful to the United States, people of America. And of course we understand that United States can be the leader through any negotiation. You know that we have the Peace Summit and we want to organize the second one, and we count on this.
But my question is, I am not that much into geopolitics. I'm not a specialist and a dedicated commentator of these sorts. It would be uncomfortable for the Biden-Harris administration that Zelensky is right now. He is with Donald Trump, and he's talking as if Trump was already the president. As in, Trump actually represents the American people. Trump represents the American people in some way, but not as the leader right now because, well, they are in the Biden-Harris administration right now. But it's odd that Zelenskyy speaks in this press conference as if Trump was already the one in charge. So wouldn't that be uncomfortable for the ones who are actually sending the money, like the current administration and Congress, who is approving all that money? I don't know. It's a question. I'm trying to just connect dots here. I'm trying to learn on the fly about these topics. That's something that I don't understand. That's why I get from what he's saying and how he's saying.
We count on this support.
I know you're both in a rush. Last question. Will there be another meeting in the near future between you?
Could very well happen, but I think the president said it the best. This is a war that should have never happened. It should have never happened, and it wouldn't have happened. It's a shame, but this is a war that should have never happened.
I think what Trump wants to say, like the way that he answers to the question, that if there's going to be another meeting, that there could be another meeting, but this is not about meetings. This is about actually ending the war. And I'm pretty sure that he counts on people that want to vote for him, to all Trump voters, to understand that he wants to deal with that very quickly, because this is simple mathematics and economics. You want to fix the United States economy, as Kamala says. And Kamala herself has said that there are so many things to fix in the United States economy. It's not Jesus Enrique Rosa saying it. Kamala Harris said that. And so many things that you have to fix internally, including, but not limited to, immigration. It's like all those external affairs have to be dealt with as quickly as possible, because those should not be the priority. They are. Like the United States have always been the one who, like the organizers. I remember, I think it was a Newsweek or Time magazine, like 20 years ago. Like, I love it. There was Global Cop. It was the United States was Global Cop, and it was a very good moniker, very appropriate. But in many ways, it's like Trump knows that if he wins, he's gonna have, well, first a very, very rough first 6 months. It's gonna be rough. Rough is an understatement if he wins. And also that he's gonna have a challenge in doing so many things that he wants to do in 4 years. It's gonna be a literal race against everything. That is if he wins. We already know that all the betting, all these betting apps and all these polls have, Kamala and Trump are doing this head to head. We have the battleground states. Pennsylvania, I don't have the latest polls in Pennsylvania, but yeah, this is very interesting. What we have is good things happening in all this like hundreds of thousands of ghost voters, ghost citizens that do not vote, have been removed from the databases. That's something great. And well, that should be a step forward to have fair elections. I saw this. I was seeing a clip of Vivek Ramaswamy with Lex Friedman. He was talking about the 2020 elections, and Vivek is really astute in the way that he talks about how the 2020 elections were tampered with, in the sense that that the Hunter Biden laptop story was completely deleted from the internet by all these private companies and ordered by the higher ups. Everybody knows that right now, and well, you could have an idea that could have been a tip on the other way. Well, besides, all those strange things that happen where in the middle of the night, that really reminded me of elections in Venezuela. So, well, I hope in November 5th the things are much better. I think there's a lot of the Republicans and especially Trump's camp are making sure that there are enough witnesses in all states to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
And we'll get it solved. It's a complicated puzzle, very complicated puzzle, but we'll get it solved, and people get on with their lives. Too many people dead, too many.
Okay, we already saw the spot. So I'm going to do a summary. I'm going to make a summary, and I'm going to put a timer in here. I'm going to use my trusty timer. Maybe 12 minutes. I'm going to do a summary of everything that we have seen so far, and we can move on to the next topic. We're going to be talking about Eric Adams as well. So let me see. Let me go back in time here. I'll see all my annotations. Again, probably at some point I will decide to just make this live stream to do this live analysis, and then at the end of the analysis I will do a quick summary, a 10-minute summary, so you can watch the summary whenever you want as a standalone video. It'll be much more. You can share it with your family or your friends, wherever you want. I'm gonna get this started. So we were in this live stream analyzing Donald Trump's and Volodymyr Zelensky's body language in this encounter to see if and how the war between Russia and Ukraine is gonna be finished finally. And of course, Trump says that he can finish it, but of course he needs to win the elections. And the first thing that we saw was this clip of they going in. Many people have commented about how similar or not similar are Volodymyr Zelensky's body language with Biden or Trump. I see that it's pretty much the same. Among the gestures that I saw this kind of dismissive gesture when Trump was saying that we have a very good relationship. Was a bit of dismissive. Yes, and we also saw this, that Trump says that he has a very good relations with Putin, just Trump, not Zelensky, obviously, but at that moment, Zelensky had this a bit of a pacifying gesture. Could be nothing, but at the same time, could be that he's not comfortable, as you're going to see later. Then Zelensky himself begins to talk about Putin. He is visibly uncomfortable, and we also have a sudden change of expression. That at first they were talking about the meeting between Trump and Zelensky was really like pleased and confident that this is great. I'm meeting with Donald Trump, as in like he is happy for this to be happening. Maybe the meeting itself, all right. But when Trump begins to talk about the solutions, how is this going to end? You see that Zelensky's facial expression begins to change for some reason. That's something he's not that happy at all. And we see not only that he's tense because his elbows are a bit, you notice that Trump's elbows are like relaxed, but Zelensky's elbows are a bit outwards, like he wants to look bigger than he is. And we also saw gonna jump to this expression in which, well, it's a bit of sadness. We saw sadness and bitterness in other parts of this encounter, and we don't know if it's an emotional reaction to what is going on in Ukraine, of what is going with the people of Ukraine. There's so many things that we can take from here, but again, I'm trying to understand both the body language and the geopolitical stuff. You know that you have to make the analysis, you have to make a holistic analysis, in the sense of everything at once, because everything is related. And the last thing that we saw here, I thought that we have pointed out the hand. See this expression that also is like a bit of concern or sadness. I think I did. Okay, let's jump to this. The handshake. It's a classic Trump handshake with palms up. and establishing eye contact. What does this do? This forces the other person to look down, okay, because the other person has to look for your hand. So it's a bit of power play. You do it, so you force people to look down. It's a classic power play. I remember that Obama did that a lot as well. This the classic political body language. Okay, couple handshakes, and we were done in that part for now. But I wanted to point out both the hand and the chest that he is pleased that he was saying that he was, what did he say, that was Trump's honor to have this meeting to see how could they sort things out. I think this is an opinion that I have about this meeting. I think this is important because this way Trump can know how the process can be faster once and if he wins the elections in November. It would be nice to see the expectations and what is the plan that Zelenskyy has, what are his ideas. Of course, most people in the United States want this proxy war ended as soon as possible. And okay, this is the thing that I wanted to mention, that Zelenskyy showed a very subtle pressure of his right fist. At that point, we didn't know if it was an emotional reaction or if it was part of his body language baseline. All this part we had seen. We were comparing a bit with his appearances with Biden, but honestly, for example, in this one, I did not see much difference. He was kind of nervous. This was in July 2023, if I'm correct. Not much difference with Biden than with Trump. And regarding the pressing of the hands, we see that with Biden, it was the same. It's like part of his baseline. When he is like nervous, he presses his hands, something that he does. But it's the kind of clues that you should pay attention to, because that's the way that you can learn any person's body language, because every single one of us has very specific traits, and you just have to say, okay, at this moment this person began to stumble or stutter, as we are about to see, or this person pressed their lips when someone's name was mentioned. All those body language signals don't have a meaning in themselves, but are tiny signals of something that is going inside the person. That's why we need to keep an eye on all of them, even if they could be a bit, they could seem inconsequential at times. I have some markers in here. Let me see what was going on. They were speaking at this press conference.
It's a beautiful country, beautiful weather, beautiful everything.
Okay, my observation here is that when Trump was saying that it's a beautiful country, beautiful buildings and beautiful cities, Zelenskyy's smile was a bit bitter. Maybe he was reminiscing of his country, devastated. I don't think who might want this for their country. I that's something that I don't understand. Anybody would want this war ended as soon as possible. And if he had any idea, if Zelenskyy had any ideas to end this, he could have shared that with Biden as well. And whatever he's doing with Trump, and Biden is the president right now, why can't Biden do the same? Because if Zelenskyy has ideas for ending this war, why Biden doesn't do it? You know that I have to ask this kind of questions. I know that you have all kind of opinions about this, but I still have to ask these questions because many people just take this for granted. They tell you, okay, we have to send money to Ukraine. Okay, wait a minute. But what everyone really wants is for this war to be over. Donald Trump wants it. Volodymyr Zelenskyy wants it. Joe Biden, I'm not so sure. Putin wants that war to be over. Has been really bad lately. Like the last 2 months have been horrible. We are seeing the dawn of the drone wars. And I wish there was drone on drone, but the war has turned into drone against humans. Drones are humans, and it's not pretty. There's some signals that's swallowing in there and pressing of the lips. I think that is usual fare. I wanted to mention, very important, the way that Zelenskyy spoke at the start of this clip.
Our people, of course, it will bring us closer to the peace. We need just peace. We need just peace. It's so important to have just.
He was talking really confident, in a confident way. But I think it was. Let me see. Let's jump to the part when he was when he began talking about Putin. He was stuttering. He was nervous. He was everything. There he goes. Notice
this war shouldn't be started, and I think that the problem that Putin killed so many people, and of course we need to do everything to pressure him to stop this war, and he's on our territory. That is the most important to understand. He's on our territory.
You see all those facial expressions that he is stuttering, he has more filler words. It's strange because it's like not a good look, especially for the morale of your troops. And you're talking about your opponent, your enemy. You should be much more confident than that. You should practice that on the mirror every day. It's something that you have to do because this is very public. You are a very public persona, the most public person in Ukraine, and you're carrying this proxy war in your shoulders, and yes, you should at least give your country some kind of hope. And well, when you're talking about your opponent, you have to talk like without stuttering, without filler words. But you still notice that there's this covert anger when he's talking about Putin. Has this very easy to spot covert anger expression in here. So I think that was it. Was a couple of things that I did not understand. It was when Donald Trump was talking about that Zelenskyy wanted to end the war. Zelenskyy was not nodding. There was no reaction. This is the last.
The president wants it to end, and he wants it to end as quickly as possible. He wants a fair transaction to take place, and I think. Right now I'm campaigning, so right now I don't have much to do with it other than...
There's no reaction from Zelenskyy. There should be nodding. Trump is saying the president wants this to end, and yeah, this is what I want. There should be a non-verbal confirmation of what Trump is saying, but we are not saying it at all. By the way, remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. And well, that's it for. I think that's it for Zelenskyy and Trump. So let's make a short break. It was a very tight 12 minutes for the summary. Let's make a short break before we move on to Eric Adams. I'm liking this. I'm liking this format. Liking this format because this way I can go live, do a live analysis, then I record the summary like at once. This is nice. I record a 12-minute summary. It was exactly 12 minutes. And I then just post the summary for anybody who doesn't want to. I don't want to watch it live. I just want to cut to the chase. Yeah, we cut to the chase with 12 minutes with a very tight summary. So you can watch any of them. Any of them if you want. I always want to give you the best content. Oh, what happened to my backlight? Didn't turn my backlight on. I don't have my green emerald lighting. I want to give you all the options to watch my analysis. If you want to see me live analyzing this step by step, we can do it. And this is something that I just came up right now. Okay, I could record the summary at once. So I don't need to edit that, and that this way I have this fresh. Oh, this is a nice approach. You're witnessing my mind working on this. You know that my YouTube channels have evolved so much is because of this. It's like let's see how can I bring the best content the way that people want it. Some of you like the lives, some of you like the 10-minute videos, some of you like the shorts. I'm gonna give you every single format in every single social media channel, no matter what it is. Okay, let's see. What else do we have today? We were going to talk about Eric Adams. I have a lot of content here in the background. How much time we have? We are 1 hour in. 1 hour in. Let me see. Where are you, Eric Adams? Here, right here it is. Eric Adams. Let me change this. Talk about Eric. What happens here? Oh my God, so media's not working. You see, no, everything is doing fine. In fact, I had done all the editing, all the stuff to record this as if it was a recorded video. But I said, what the heck, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this just as a live stream. Let's talk about the Eric Adams case. And right now, I'm going to check. So we get up to speed with the actual info. Why are you talking about Sean Penn? Sean Penn was one who went to Venezuela a couple times, I think more than a couple times, like Danny Glover. They were really friends with Hugo Chavez. I mean, yeah, Sean Penn has done great movies, but that's something that I would like to talk at some point about how you I don't know, marry, or how do you what would be the word? It's not even the Spanish. It's como congenias, como combinas, como how do you combine both things, like the art that some people have done, whether it's music or movies or TV shows, and you have enjoyed and may have made you think and reflect and many things, and then you find out that in terms of their politics are not aligned with yours. And by the way, I don't mind someone having different politics than mine. I mean, that's perfectly okay. But as long as you have a reason why, maybe I could be wrong in my stances, but at least my stances, I know that work for me, for my heuristics, the things that I stand for. Whatever I stand for are aligned with my values, and I understand that people's values could be different. That is okay. That is perfectly okay. The problem is when it's obvious that some people are not acting on behalf of the benefit of the public. But again, that's a topic for a longer life. So let's talk about Eric Adams. It's gonna be rather. It's not gonna be quite as long as the Trump and Zelenskyy stuff. Let me see. I think we can do this in one take. I mean, like, record this as if it was an actual recorded video, like the 12-minute summary I did of the Trump stuff. I'm gonna put my timer in here. That my timer can help me track the passing of time. Will be much better. Okay, so let's talk about Eric Adams. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has found himself at the center of multiple investigations, culminating in an indictment on 5 federal charges, including bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals. This has been some people are saying, and I agree with them, that this is just this investigation has been running from 2021. Have been approved into his 2021 campaign. I'm seeing here in my notes. But let's be serious. I think it all boils down. It all boils down to clips like this one. Let me adjust the volume.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. The city we knew we're about to lose. And we're all in this together. All of us.
Okay, so you can imagine that this caused a stir in the Democrat Party, in the sense that you cannot attack your peers like that. And they are all aligned on this open border of bringing all these people in and have all these sanctuary cities and make sure that they receive them in one way or another, and then host them. And some of you are from New York. I see that you watch my channel or my channels from New York, and you can say it, express in the live chat what is going on in New York right now. And yes, it's not good. I mean, this has to be regulated in a national scale, a worldwide scale, because many countries are suffering of the same, of unfettered, unregulated immigration, whether sometimes even it's legal, even the legal immigration. In the case of the United States, when the TPS, we know that in Springfield, Ohio, has been a topic with the dogs and cats and the Haitians and all that stuff, that even the legal immigration has to be controlled. Like the UK, you can have legal immigration, but it has to be like proportionate to the country. But in this case, I think that the Democratic Party did not like Eric Adams' retort about immigration, especially what was happening in New York. And I'm going to show you the full clip, part by part, to see that he really meant it. But just for fun, I'm going to play this. This is something that I never thought that someone could sell New York this way, in the sense of selling, in the sense that, well, making the city attractive. But here it goes.
This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that is interesting, right? That's something that you never get bored in New York City. I think that is his point, right? That's something that when I dream about the United States back, well, talking about 35 years ago, 30 years ago, that New York City was something that I thought that anything could be possible. And well, the mayor just said that you can wake up in the morning and basically look anything. And yes, there's some AI stuff, like you can have also migrants saying things that I cannot say here. And well, that's the appeal of New York. I don't know if that's a good thing, I guess. You don't get bored. But, well, this is the longest clip of what he said that upset all these peers.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela.
Venezuelans mentioned.
Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian-speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border.
But if you sell New York as the most interesting city in the world, well, what did you expect? This is my question.
And coming to New York City. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem. Every community in this city is going to be impacted. We had a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted.
Okay, then when people begin to say hard numbers, you know that they mean business.
Last year when we had 15,000, I'm telling you now with 110,000, the city we knew we're about to lose. And we're all in this together, all of us.
Notice that he uses very strong body language. Even if he is limited by the use of the mic, he is using very strong baton gesture. I think right now he's using the pinch, something that's a baton gesture. But when you emphasize a point, he's driving the point home, saying that, well, this is what's going on. I don't think anybody. You see the faces of the people right behind him. No, well, they already were not pleased on what he was saying. You see that this guy leaning backwards, and this lady, I think she was crossing her arms, and this one was trying to hide her face with her hand. I mean, they did not like that at all, and no, it was not looking good. But he was legit. That was something that was happening. He was genuinely worried about the city. But who was to blame? It is my question. Oh, the border czar, of course. that would be the one to blame in this case, the border czar. And when he was, this clip is a bit funny, because after he was indicted, he was heckled. I don't have captions in the first part of this clip, but you can hear what they are saying.
This is not a black thing. This is a you thing.
This is not a black thing. This is a you thing.
This is a you thing, Eric Adams. This is not a black thing.
This is a you thing, Eric Adams. Like, this is on you, what you did.
Your policies are anti-black. You are a disgrace to all black people in this city. The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black thing. This is a justice thing.
You can see that he was expecting for the hecklers to just finish the rhetoric, but no, that they were not going to finish. So whatever happens to Eric Adams, I think this is unfair. I think this is unfair in many ways, because he was calling out what the city was going through. He was doing the right thing. When you think about it, yeah, this was the same guy that gave. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. I was about to say it. This guy did a key to the city. This was the guy who was saying, "Oh, yeah, that Manhattan car chase with Duchess Difficult that never happened." You know that. Wait, but at least he called things. He called a spade a spade. That immigration was hurting the city, and the city could not deal with this anymore. But if Eric Adams is taken out or to say something, to have an expression, well, this is the guy who seems that is gonna take his place. I don't know how this works. I just have this. Everyone was sharing this clip on X, and I think this was a bit, well, unhinged.
We are going to have to accept some discomfort in the next few days. That's what we're going to have to do as a city to get through this. And so I'm asking the mayor and the police commissioner to allow people to express their anger, to allow people to express their pain, and as a city, we have to accept that we are going to be in some discomfort for the next few days. And the only thing we should be asking is, how do we address the pain and how do we address the anger? And as long as the leaders are from the community making the decisions, we should all be supported.
Right, so I don't know his name, but the guy is all of it's a personality in himself. It seems that it's not going to go well for New York City. I don't know what to tell you. I love New York, by the way. And this was Eric Adams' words after he was indicted. He just read this from a script.
The erosion of the quality of life that we've improved on in such a short period of time of this administration. And we have been impacted. For many months, we were able to keep the visualization of this crisis from hitting our streets, but we have reached a breaking point. We're no longer able to do that because of the volume in numbers. Just last week, we had 3,900 people that arrived here.
It doubled down.
We are averaging anywhere from 2,500 to close to 4,000 a week. And if you do the math, you see that's 8,000 every 2 weeks, potentially 16,000 a month that we must feed, clothe, house, educate children, and all the services that you were given.
Yeah, the guy was actually fed up, but this is what happens. This is what happens when you go off the script, but you don't know what you have to try to connect. What was the word I was trying to use? Try to connect two things. That is the immigration policy of the Biden-Harris administration that makes no sense. And we already know on that Kamala Harris interview, when she was asked by Stephanie Hughes, wasn't her name? But she was asked the question about these towns and cities that are at capacity. Is the key word in here. The New York City is at capacity. Springfield is at capacity and beyond their capacity. What is going on? What is going to happen with this? And Kamala Harris completely avoided to answer that question. She began saying that we need a stronger border. She never said she was going to close the border or reduce the amount of people crossing the border, but she made sure to say that we need a path to citizenship, a faster path to citizenship. What does it mean? That they are not going to deport anybody, and that they're going to keep letting people in, and they're going to send them to the red cities to turn red cities into blue cities. You know, that's the whole stick of all that. It doesn't have to do with humanitarian reasons, because the American public, the citizens of the United States, need all those resources and more so they can help heal the economy. That's why I made sure to point out when Kamala Harris criticized Donald Trump's intentions of that 20% tariffs on imports. And she says that the American public need those that stuff, those imported things. Why? It should be produced by the United States. It should be produced in-house, in the country. That's what makes a country independent and strong, and even exports those things to other countries. And the United States can do that. And there is enough people wanting to do it, but you can't do it if you are financing all these wars abroad and financing so many people who is entering the United States in all these ways and are becoming a burden, a financial burden. Then yes, it can be heartbreaking in so many instances. Like someone asked Donald Trump, if you have a mother with her kids, are you going to just put the mother and her kids on a plane and take? No, he said, and rather confidently, I would say, that have to focus on the people that commit crimes. That's something that I don't understand from any country. And we could be talking about Germany or the UK or USA. If someone is not a citizen or someone is on some kind of permit to stay or process of a refugee or whatever you want to call it, and you commit a crime, you get kicked out like in the next plane. I don't care. I put you in a plane away from that. If you remember, now we already had confirmation from the Biden administration that they had charter planes to move Haitian migrants from here to there. So that's a very good possibility. And why can't you take criminals out of the country if they are not legal residents of the United States? That is one of the things that I don't understand. So we already finished the Eric Adams stuff. Eric Adams, I want to read your comments as well. Let's make a slight pause right now. I don't know if I can continue with another topic. If I have another topic in here, yeah, the idea would be to, let me see if I have anything. I'm gonna let me highlight your the chat. Let's see. I don't know which other topic I had, but I think this is a nice test. Well, I thought. Let me see. Oh, I could have. I think I'm going to call it a day for the day. It was a nice test. I think it was a nice approach. It having everything ready. I think the idea would be, just thinking out loud here. Did I prepare the clips? I organized them for a live stream. We do this kind of live stream. If the topic is short, we can go and talk about the topic right on a single take. If the topic is long, then I can do a long analysis and then do a summary at the end. And you can either watch the long analysis part by part, or watch the summary. For example, the summary of the Trump and Zelenskyy analysis. I'm going to post it in a minute after we finish the live stream. Thinking out loud here, it would be interesting. Oh yes, this happened a while ago. Disneyland arrested a mother with twin young girls pretending they were under age 3, and yeah, they obviously were not under age 3. Why? And yeah, you know that Disney enforces those border crossings much in a way more strict approach than the Biden-Harris administration. They were sadly kicked out. That's not a good memory to have of visiting a Disney park. But again, why would you do that to your kids? Why would you put your kids in that situation? I don't think that is the right thing. Oh, Disney is are such as scumbags for kicking her out. I think the right approach is not letting her in the first place. Like your girls are not 3-year-olds. That they are not. They're simply not. I think we can show you. I think I can show you the. Oh, this is a clip. This is the clip, but I don't want to show. I don't want to show the clip, but the clip shows the girls' faces. Let me see, how can I do this? Let me see. I'm going to try to show the clip without showing. Let me see. Yes, I think I can show you this. Let me see. I'll try to not show the girls' faces. I think it's not fair for them. Change to DaVinci, and I can mute this, so we don't need the sound. And we got the mother here. Was kicked out by security. It was really embarrassing in people filming. Let me see if I can turn on. I'm hearing the people screaming in the background. Someone is screaming. I don't know why. And you can see here are the top of the daughters' heads. No, they are not 3 years old. Oh my God, lady, why would you do such a thing? Why do people do this? Why? Imagine that. What the F? So embarrassing. Disney always gave me the creeps. Disney is not allowed in my house. How many of you? I have Disney just to be able to take a look at what they are doing. I think they are, yeah, the children. I think were the children who were screaming. Yeah, she was wearing the Minnie Mouse ears. This is so bizarre. This is Twilight Zone stuff. Twilight Zone. So let's do something. I'm going to. This is a great idea. It's like I was thinking. In fact, I was joking about that. Let me see if I can find my own tweets and show you with the power of the technology that I have right now, because I have the best technology. I'm talking like Donald Trump. I have the best technology, only the best technology. Have the best technology here. I do the best live streams, only the best live streams. Perhaps the best live streams since the Roman Empire. So like this, and I can. Okay, this would be alright, and I can show you this. We can do this, some kind of like ultra recursive thing here. This is me watching myself watching the live stream. I needed to do this. This is gonna be it's gonna be continue ad infinitum. I like this kind of things, you know. I have a bit of a nerd myself. Here you go. Like doing this, but I wanted to show you what I wanted to show you was this stuff. Where is it? After all, why not? Why shouldn't I just live stream 3 hours ranting about whatever pops up on my X timeline? I could do that. I could also just talk about my bookmarks, and I have my bookmarks organized by topics. I also have my my Royal Rogue channel that I have my videos of the Royals and Temu Royals as well. And the scene surgeon, I would like to talk about not only pop culture, but whatever is happening with AI and filmmaking. It's so fascinating. You know that James Cameron joined the board of Stability AI. That's kind of another topic. That's the kind of topics of movies and TV shows that I like to talk about, but those go in the Scene Surgeon channel. So I should start. Yeah, rest in peace, Maggie Smith. Just a legend. Dame Maggie Smith. Let me see. She was a true legend. And this for example, this should be on a live stream on the Scene Surgeon channel. My other idea will be to do like 3 1-hour live streams, one on my Battle Language Guy channel, then one on my Royal Rogue channel, and finally one on my Scene Surgeon channel. You know that when I talk about entertainment, about movies, I could be talking about hours, so that would be the easy one, like the one at the end when I'm more tired. But these topics energize me, and since the Body Language Guy channel, I'm talking about this politics and geopolitics and things that I'm trying to grasp all this content, but it would make sense to do a live stream first, which I have a kind of more energy, and whatever I analyze, I just either analyze in a format that you can watch later as a standalone video, or you can, I do a summary at the end of each analysis so you can watch it as a standalone video. Again, the idea here is for everybody to have the best content that you can get from, well, all the interests they have, the royal family, the US politics, and pop culture, and AI, of course, is another one of my passions. I would like to talk about that. And just remember, don't forget to download my 100 body language tips for free in the description of this video. That way, you would be subscribed to my email list, and we would be in contact through my email list, which is the surefire way, the easiest way to contact me, to send me an email. And I can't answer every single of your emails, but I promise that I will read it. I absolutely guarantee that I will read your email. But the idea is that remain in touch, no matter if you're watching through YouTube or X or Rumble, or I think this is going to be uploaded to Facebook as well later. And no matter what is your preference in content, if you like the live streams, if you like the shorter videos, I will give you every single format in every single platform, and we will all be happy with all these topics, discussing all these topics, because when all of them are interconnected, that was a word. That was another word that I could use. Interconnected. All right. Well, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Let me read your super chats. I did not read your super chats. One super sticker from Finola Murchu. Thank you, Finola. Thank you for that. Winnie Humphreys, super chat. Much love and bliss to you. My pleasure. And American Dreamer. Nice. American Dreamer. You know that Kamala is always mentioning you. The American Dreamers. Yeah. Just joking. We appreciate you. I appreciate you as well, American Dreamer. Thank you. Spot on. Well, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Until we meet on another video or another live, remember the most important words. Much love and bliss. Take care. Stay safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye. Well, super chat. Oh, this was a last second save. You know, I used to play on Real Tournament, and Unreal Tournament was a very aggressive game, and it was I'm gonna read your super chat, Grimsbar. Have you considered a deep dive into census, immigration, allocation of representatives and electors? The Democrats' scheme is laid bare. Thank you, Grimsbar. That is the kind of things that I should just sit down, for example, this weekend and begin studying that, because I want to really to not only speak in terms of body language, because I want to know the connections between every single actor, in the sense of all these characters of this huge play, which is American politics, which is massive. This is nothing short of massive. The good thing is that I like that massive cast of characters, because that keeps my mind busy, and whatever keeps my mind busy, well, keeps me alive. And I was talking about that Unreal Tournament. That's a topic for a scene surgeon. Has to do with video games. I should have a video game channel as well, because that doesn't fit with the others. It could be with the Scene Surgeon channel. I used to play Unreal Tournament. I remember that in 2013 or 2014, 2003 or 2004, there was this a kind of a ball game inside Unreal Tournament. And I remember that when you prevented the ball entering the goal area, the last second, you had the announcer say the last second save at that full volume. It was so exciting. And that reminded you, your super chat Grimsbar reminded me that last second say, but well, take care. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.